Welcome back to Troytober, the show where I always forget that only 5 fucking people watch this because they knew me in high school.
Bomb ba bomb ba bomb ba bomb bomb ba bomb ba bomb dang 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 ding a dong ding blue bomb ba bomb ba bomb ba bomb bomb ba bomb ba bomb dang 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 ding a dong ding blue moon.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Why the fuck not? It is a movie that is ruined by its reputation. You know, a lot of people I know that go to watch this movie, they always tell me like, oh, I fucking hated it. There wasn't even any kills in it. Leatherface is barely in it. It doesn't even kill anyone with the fucking chainsaw.
Try anything and you're canceled, bro.
Blech. No, but yeah, it's a movie ruined by its reputation because it has all these shitty sequels. People always call this and Halloween the first slashers, and I disagree. These movies got slashers going. Halloween's a thriller. This is some art house bullshit, but they're not slashers. No, this is going for something a lot more subtle than that, and a bit more artsy. But yeah, the director, Tobe Hooper, he was influenced by the Vietnam War, believe it or not. As I'm sure most of you who are history buffs know, the Vietnam War was the first war to be broadcast into American homes. So that level of brutality and violence was being seen, by a whole country of people for the first time in their fucking homes on television. And that kind of violence, that kind of lack of care for human life clearly had an impact on Tobe Hooper, and it adds a sense of danger to what you're seeing on screen. And of course, in war, there's actual danger, but in terms of movies like this, like at the time, there's just grindhouse shit. There wasn't anything that disturbing that was as well made as this is. Another big influence was Ed Gein. Ed Gein was a real guy, killed like 2 or 3 people, but the real thing with him was that he made furniture out of their body parts, and he would rob graves and make skin furniture, which of course, is big influence on this movie. I'm a sub-teacher, right? And whenever I go around and ask kids their favorite horror movies, whenever someone says Texas Chainsaw, I get a look like, Mr. M, was the Texas Chainsaw really real? And I'm like, no, it wasn't fucking real. It just made for a good opening to the movie, which of course it did.
The events of that day were to lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh God, that opening. It starts with the text, this day, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre happened. And then you get the long shot with the rotting corpse in the sun. You can almost smell that fucking thing off your screen. My God, can we talk about how this is one of the sweatiest fucking movies I've ever seen? You can really feel the fucking Texas heat in this. And as someone who was stranded in fucking Texas for 10 years, they did a really good job of capturing that heat on film. What is this movie about? Okay. So, a girl and her brother and some friends hear about a grave robbery, as I mentioned before, a grave being defaced at their grandfather's cemetery. They go up to investigate, and from there they come across a family straight out of fucking hell, and it's just this descent into madness. Everyone associates these movies with Leatherface, and rightfully so. He's iconic, but he's easily the most memorable thing about this movie. But the whole family is really great. It's such a odd fucking movie. Like, I get the inspiration from Ed Gein, but to make Ed Gein into a whole family of weirdos, it's just so weird. I always get giddy and I laugh at the grandpa's little jig he does when he's sucking on her blood. Like I mentioned before, the movie's not going for shock value with gore. It's going for something a lot more subtle, a lot more disturbing. You know, put yourself in the mindset of a woman in the 70s no less. She's just witnessed her brother get killed in front of her. All her friends are dead. She's tied up in a room filled with body parts. The house probably smells like rotting flesh and horse shit. And these three men that have kidnapped her are laughing in her face, about to fucking eat her. Like, that's horrifying. And the film does a great job of visually showing us that horror with the editing and the shot composition. It's a very, very well shot movie. It's incredibly memorable visually, which is important because movies are an audio visual experience. That's what AV stands for.
Try anything and you're canceled, bro.